Welcome to Knowing How to Sign Part 2. Okay? So, in knowing how to sign, somebody asked me what happens if I'm in a rental agreement that I can't, like they can enter my apartment. Let's say if they say entry to your apartment for repairs within 24 hours notice. Entry is mandatory, right? Let's just say that's what it says. I haven't seen anything that said this exactly. And so you as a person would just take, well, I said your ruler, but if you got to use something like this, you use it. Okay? Draw your line. Don't try to erase the word, you know? Just draw a line through the word. Okay? And even if it could be off of the word, who cares? You're drawing a line through it, all right? So what I'm trying to show you is just draw a fine line through it. All right, you can still read it, but they know. So then you would put not applicable, of course, and possibly your signature. Okay, and circle it. So now you would have a fine line through it, not applicable, and your signature. How about if there's putting you in a contract that you don't agree with, okay? Well, some people would, of course, I tell you, put without prejudice. So put that without prejudice no matter what you do, so you have authority over the contract, okay? Then, without prejudice, if somebody's signing something and they're like, I don't feel like it, you're going to put VC if you want to do it short way, okay? Remember, parentheses, initials, abbreviations, laws and codes are patented by the United States and federal government and the United States. When I say United States, I mean Europe. Okay, so it's patented by Europe. Aside from all that, this VC means vi-coactus. Go look it up. It will show you that vi-coactus is basically telling you that you're doing it under pressure. Okay, so let me give you the correct documentation. Vi-coactus, or the correct definition, I'm sorry. Vi-coactus is a Latin term meaning having been forced or having been compelled. Okay? So you want to always remember that sometimes it's like being coerced, or we'll say being compelled. Okay? And remember, you would ask them, you wouldn't compel me to give up protected rights, would you? You know, those are important questions to ask. Okay, so with that said, and we have that information in the in our free traffic information. So don't be shy. Go and grab it. Basically, most people would do under protest, under coercion. You know, when they're about to sign. We've already gone through that in the first time, but we were talking about drawing a fine line through your contract and through certain things you don't agree with and how you would sign it. You also want to make sure that you know about venue, jurisdiction, and certain kind of abbreviations. Okay, when you're doing that, you're using these things certain times when you're altering contracts, especially when you put without prejudice, or even under coercion. Okay, that means you're trying to get out of the contract. Okay, like you're like, I don't want nothing to do with this. It's under protest. It's the same thing as being under protest, you know. But under protest is like, I'm only doing it because they're asking me to. But even that, you want to reserve your rights. When you're writing a document, make sure that in the top, if you don't want the states or anybody to get involved, you put private venue, original, and exclusive. And you don't want a exclusive jurisdiction. You don't want to abbreviate anything. you want to make sure that you have everything written out. All right? Because most people would say private venue, jurisdiction of, and we would put Republic of America. Okay, so now the jurisdiction lays in the Republic of America. You see what I'm saying? And not the United States of America. You would also ensure that you let them know that what you're doing is non-negotiable. Between third parties. Third parties. Okay? And most of the time people underline all of that, you know. But this got to be at the top of your document. Okay? You want to make sure that this right here is your jurisdiction. And this is letting them know, even if you had another party come in here as in saying mens rea or in rem jurisdiction. Even in rem jurisdiction, you're trying to tell them it doesn't matter. We have jurisdiction, not you. Even if you try to put in rem jurisdiction, okay. In rem jurisdiction is a Latin term against or about a thing, referring to a lawsuit or other legal action directed toward property rather than toward a particular person. Okay. So it's saying, no, even my property is my jurisdiction. And mens rea is basically like them trying to say there's some kind of flaw in it or something. So mens rea refers to a state of mind statutorily required in order to convict a particular defendant of particular crime. Okay? So it's basically it's the mental element of a person's intention to commit a crime, of knowledge, or that one's action or lack of action would cause a crime. Which means like when people are creating bonds or surety bonds, you know, and they're saying, oh, you could be doing something illegal because those are not real notes. Well, that's them thinking that. You would rebut that, you hear, as slander. Okay, I'm just letting you know that for when you do get into bonds and stuff, because this is a part of private banking, and this is a part of knowing what to do and what to do with your signature. Okay, so this is important. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed it. Y'all take care, and I hope you learned something. Peace, power, and enlightenment. God bless.